Hey, it's Kage, and I'm sporting something new. I wonder what you could guess it is. I'm gonna probably guess it's, new beard. New beard, yeah. This beard is just a strap that goes into a chin strap, but, it started to grow back. I'm tired. Didn't sleep. Anyway, so I'm also sporting beautiful makeup. I did it myself. I got bored. Yeah, it kind of doesn't look too good, I guess. But, Anyway, so I want to talk about sex. Yes, I know, sex. The thing that most people want to avoid talking about. Now, I don't understand why you'd want to avoid such a beautiful subject, depending on, whether you enjoyed it or not. Now, I'm a person who does personally enjoy sexual intercourse, as opposed to some people who don't, usually asexuals or people who've gone through really rough times that have gone through it. Now, I'm not saying all asexuals don't enjoy sex, because some of them would, or some of them do, and, I'm not specifying in anything, any way, shape, or form. Everyone can love who they want, male to male, female to female, female to male, male to female, or any which way, anyway, like, as long as it's legal and it's of age. Always remember, IDs. Check IDs. Get an ID. Um, so, um, I wanted to get into talking about the bits and pieces and, what's nice, what's not. So I'm going to get into what you have. Now, men, men. I have a penis, which most men usually do have, which is a good thing, because that means you are anatomically correct. Alright, so the penis itself is a beautiful thing. It actually helps to make babies! Yay! Or not yay, depending on how you see it. Anyway, so the penis itself is a very beautiful thing. It has the fleshy mushroom-like tissue at the top, which is known as the tip of the penis, which is a membrane with 4,000 nerve endings. So, dudes, when you touch that, why do you think you go, ooh? It's because, you enjoyed it, right? But then there is the rest of the thing, which is the shaft. Inside, from tip through, is the urethra. Now it is known as either the pee hole or the ejaculation station. Don't call it the ejaculation station when you're trying to get laid, because that's not gonna get you laid. That's gonna get you like, what? Might get you a few laughs, a laugh is a good thing. But anyway, so I want to get into what's below them now. Now, no, don't take that in a weird way. Or do. Whichever you prefer. No. So just below your penis is the scrotum, which holds the testicles that create little sperm whales. Now, sperm whales can be known as tadpoles, glue, anything, because, well, the color and the consistency is sticky and white. That is racist. It should come out in rainbow. That'd be cool. Anyway, so, getting into a general aspect, um, you know, Uh, let's see. If you take for example, most of the time, your penis is limp. It's hanging there, just like, hey, what's up? Dangle, dangle, dangle. But then once in a while, it'll come up to say hello. That is either known as an erection, or a boner, or, stiffy, hard on, many different names for it. Now, that itself is awesome, because that means you are ready to pleasure, or you're ready to open yourself into a world of fun, or not fun. Again, whichever you prefer. Anyway, there are a lot of different styles, a lot of different colors, sizes, shapes, looks. No one has the same penis. And if they do, you're most likely not going to find them. If you do, then, well, hell, good job. Unless they're your twin or triplet. Would they have the same? I don't know. Things to check up. But then we get into its best friend, known as the vagina, which is the female's genital area. It is obviously between the thighs as well as like the men, but this is a much more beautiful thing. See, I love the female anatomy. Can't help it. Always have. Now, the female anatomy has the vagina. The vagina itself consists of three things mostly. Okay, not mostly, but three things that are very visible, which is, okay, maybe not very visible. Anyway, most people have a lot of problems finding the first thing I was going to name, which is the clitoris. Now, the clitoris itself has 8,000. 8,000! Damn, that's a big number. Now, it has 8,000 nerve endings in a tiny little thing. That's ultimate cosmic power! Itty bitty living space. Now, that's basically the truth. Now, that is the most stimulated area on a woman. Can be, depending on, again, the girl, the person, whatever. Now, here is something fun. Then right below that is usually the pee hole, which is where you pee. And then right below that is the vaginal canal. Now, it is known when you have your virginity, it has a hymen. Now, a hymen is not a membrane of, a wall. You just keep poking at it till it breaks. No. It is a ring. Now, this ring either sits in the vagina, right at the entrance, or just inside. Now, people say it breaks. No, actually, it tears if not actually stimulated enough. Now, it's known as popping your cherry. Now, this is something that is derivative. It doesn't mean that it's like that. It's this tissue that actually relaxes when, calmed. Now, that makes it easier for entry of zippiness, the thing that's between your male legs, or strap-on, or dildo, or vibrator, or anything. Anything could be a dildo. You just gotta be brave enough. No. But what I'm getting into is that no matter the thing, you have this membrane. Now, different things can happen. Now, you could either have a wider or more narrow vagina. Now, this itself is what can be a game changer. Now, having lots of sex does not make you a whore. I want to specify this. Actually, when you work a muscle, it's like every other muscle. If you work a muscle, what does it do? It gets tighter, it gets stronger. That's the same thing with the vagina. Technically, you're basically He-Manning the vagina. Anyway, that is a weird concept. I don't know why I thought of He-Man. And I said... No, I shouldn't have started that. Oh, God. Anyway, so, then you have yourself inside, past that. Well, okay, first, I forgot. I am very out there. Anyway, so the membrane itself, also known as the hymen, can actually be, loosened by your fingers, by your tongue, or by, stimulation with the penis, or whatever else you want to use. Now, that itself makes it ready to, have entry, have at, storm the gates, And like a penis, how it erects and becomes larger in size, so does the canal. Now, on the inside, it starts to lengthen and become long enough for the penis to enter and exit. Now, also differentiating between sizes and shapes, it can be feeling much more pleasurable or a lot more painful, now, depending on how large or how small they are. Now, then it comes to the cervix, which is inside just through the canal. And that leads to the Uterus, your beautiful area. Now, that area is very, 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 very unappreciated by most women. Why? Because of your periods. Ow! The, the stripping of the uterine wall whenever you are not pregnant and you bleed for a week or more or less, depending on, how heavy your flow is, if you're on blood thinners, all this other stuff. You never know. Anyway, so you usually go through a cleansing, which is what it's called, or menstruation, when a unfertilized egg from the fallopian tubes, from the egg sacs at the end of the fallopian tubes, makes its way to the uterus and attaches itself to the uterine wall, which makes it easier to impregnate. Now, other than that, it isn't really something big, I guess. Um, um, it's big, not big. Again, depends on how you look at it. I'm just going by how I see it. It isn't that big as a thing. It's it's more so. How do I put it? I don't know how to put it. I'm going to edit most of this. Wow. I was gonna move on. Alright. Anyway. So, I want to talk to you also about the breasts. The breasts are on the chest of every female. Now, they could be mosquito bites, big, huge, small, medium. Now, any size is great. Boobs are boobs. I love boobs. Who shouldn't? Now, boobs come in all shapes and sizes as well. And they either are tight, perky, falling down, saggy, anything. Anybody has a different type of boobs. And you know what? Boobs are boobs. Love them. Love them. You're going to love boobs. Now, girls, you have boobs. So once in a while, you'll catch yourself playing with them. Now, men, we don't have that luxury. We have to wait to go with them every once in a while. Yeah, I made my own sound effect. That never happened. No, but, like, as I'm saying, that breasts come in all different shapes and sizes, from long nipples to short nipples, to large areolas and small areolas, which the areola is the ring around the nipple. Now, men, we also have nipples and areolas. Now, the one thing is that ours aren't as efficient because when women are pregnant, it makes milk, free milk, awesomeness. Like our bodies are meant to reproduce. Now, this is where we get into it. We also have butts. Butt play is also something that people do, which is the entry of the anal cavity, which is your anus or your rectum, your butt. Now, in the occurrence of having anal sex, remember, use lots of lube and make sure your partner and you are consensual in, sober and legal consent. Now, that is a big thing, so remember that. Now, different places have different ages. Now, in Canada, it's 16 or 18, can't remember. US is 16 to 18. Japan is 13. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. That's all I can say about that. Don't go there if you're 13 and you do not want to have consensual sex. Okay. Okay. So, moving on. So, when it comes to sex, you've got to have a little bit of fun. Teasing and foreplay are always there. You have a mouth, you have your fingers, you got hands, you have your body. Use them. Fucking use them. Okay? There are complaints by a lot of females that I know that are like, oh my god, I can't have an orgasm, or oh my god, I'm not pleased enough. Why? Because foreplay is not initiated. Now, foreplay is something that adds an extra bit of luster. Now, you're going to want to nibble the neck, kiss the neck, bite their lip a little, not too hard, don't rip it off. Kiss them sensually, whisper dirty things in their ear, growl, purr. All these different sort of things can send them wild. Now, you could also do it through text message, online, all this sort of stuff. That's known as cybersexing or sexting, depending on what you're doing. Now, in those sort of senses, you can turn on your partner. Now, when you turn on your partner, remember, always have consent and that they are legal age. Good, good. Now, the consent, they have to be sober. Remember, sobriety is the only way to actual sex because then it will be legal because you don't want to have rape because rape is bad. Rape is not good. Anyway, so I wanted to get into a little bit more of the fun. Now, for men, we can grab our dicks and stroke it. This is what my life has come to. Anyway, so you can stroke, caress, rub, vibrate, anything with your penis to cause ejaculation. Now, men, we can ejaculate once. Can stay hard with a lot of practice and a lot of stamina and continue. Or go out, pull off a condom, put on a new one, and go again. Now we can do that with masturbation. We can continue and continue and continue, and oh my god, dude, watch out for rug burn. Use lube or saliva. Depends. Now, if you're having intercourse foreplay with another person, remember, you can always stroke it, but don't always leave it dry. Sometimes you want to wet it a little bit, so use your mouth or use lube. Two things that work. And then it comes towards, play with a little bit of balls, tickle their asshole, anything. Our G spot is in our butts, guys. It's in our butts. 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 I love butts. Butts are cool. Anyway, so then you have to think about the female. Now, females, you have a lot of erogenous zones. You guys are basically walking sex balls of pleasure. Now, when it comes to the females, kiss the neck, do all that sort of stuff that you would with a male as well. But this time you have other things to play with. Now, females, when stimulated, will secrete or get wet. Now, don't ask me how it happens because I'm not a fucking scientist. Whatever. I just know they get horny, they start to discharge. No, that's the wrong word. They start to release pheromones throughout the air, causing much more heated sexual pleasure. Now, here comes the fun part. When you're actually, getting into it, getting foreplay with a female, caress the breasts, the nipples, the areola, give it a little nibble, maybe a lick, maybe, kiss around it, tease them a little bit, add some flavor, add some fun, get some whipped cream, put it on. I'm going far. I'm going very far. And I like it. Anyway, so get whipped cream, strawberries, chocolate, whatever. Have fun. Make it exciting. Now, cunnilingus. Why? Why such a large word? Why? Just call it eating out or, fellatio. No, that's blowjob. Just call it, mouth sex. Mouth sex. Oral sex. There we go. And then just put your mouth on the thing. Don't because it's not a balloon. You don't, breathe into the hole and hope she floats away. That is not right, and that is not true. So what you'll want to do is when you get down there is the thing called the clitoris, as I told you, 8,000 frames per second. 8,000 what? 8,000 monkeys? 8,000 bananas. No, 8,000 nerve endings. Now that thing is boosted to the heavy, heavy atriums of I don't give a fuck. Those things are badass motherfuckers that cause a beautiful, beautiful feeling towards the female. Now those things are fun. It looks like a little bean, so that's how I describe it. It's a bean in a sweater, I guess, depending on if they have a larger hood, smaller hood, depends on the hood and everything. Vaginas look different, so do penises. So now when it comes to the actual foreplay, Flick your tongue around it. Do the alphabet. Now just listen for your partner's sounds. And always remember communication with oral sex on both parties. Now, when you're doing such acts as oral sex, remember, don't bite too hard or it'll cause bleeding and could cause a lot of issues in the future and a lot of other things. So remember, be safe, have fun, um, and just, go to town. Enjoy it. It's your time. And sex should be kept between you and your partner or yourself, or, if you want to tell others, depending on what it's like. Just always remember that your partner is always the person that just, you should listen to when it comes to whether wanting to tell our experiences or not. Now, it comes to the fun part, sex. Now, this is something that could be taken as making love, doing a sacrifice, going 20 toes, heels to Jesus, all these different things. Now, you may have heard these before, but it's known as sex. Now, sex is a beautiful, wonderful thing where the penis, hello, will enter the vagina, hello, or penis and anus, or dildo and vagina, or vagina to vagina. Scissoring. Scissoring works. Scissoring is when two females cross their legs and, rub crotches against each other, stimulating both their clitorises. I'm going to call it clitori. It works. Need to be stimulated. So either way, they're still having their fun. And when it comes to men, circle jerk, jerk off your buddy. Who knows? No, I'm kidding. Remember, it has to be consensual. So either way, if it is both consensual, mutual masturbation, where you stroke their penis, they stroke yours. Mutual masturbation. Same thing goes for females and everything else. But then there's blowjobs. Now, you can't give a blowjob to a woman unless she has a penis, which is kind of awesome. I find that awesome. I'm sorry. I find different things to be cool. I'm weird. Meh. Anyway, so when it comes to actual sexual intercourse, remember, use protection. Make sure you're either on the pill, wearing a condom, or both. Have a dental dam. Anything, sexual things that are being explored, you must have a sexual backup so you don't, you don't want a baby, especially at the age of like 16 or 18 or whatever, depending on what age you have your sexual intercourse, or even 20 or older. If you're not financially ready, don't have a baby. Anyway, so when it comes to sex itself, you usually want to just not only have sex, you don't thrust. You slow into it. You get gradual, you tease for a while, and make sure when you're teasing your partner, you go the extra mile to make them want to really have it. So, like, here's a good one. Whisper in their ear something you really would like to do to them. Like, I would love to just stroke my hands and caress your body in such a sensual way that, even the heavens cry out to angels who are watching and weeping as your body is being caressed in a beautiful, beautiful, gentle touch. Weird, right? Something small, but it works. Now, when you're doing such a thing, when you're having sex, go slow. For virginities, go slow for a female, since, they have more to lose. A lot more pain, a lot more different things. We don't have to go through that much. We just kind of get a hard on and put it in. We're weird. Anyway, so when you think about it, always make sure your female partner of any kind is stimulated, or male. You always have to make sure that whenever you're entering somebody, that they are proper and that they are safe. Now, getting into when you're actually doing it. Now, it's not thrusting. It's not thrusting that you have to worry about. It's how hard, how fast, how slow, how smooth, how gyrations of your hips can be doing. Now, there's different kinds of methods. There's missionary cowgirl, spider, flying trapeze, all these different sexual moves, then you have to find out what your partner may like. Always remember, communication is best. Now, when you're having communication with oral or physical sex, make sure that when you're actually having sex, that you don't, whoops, wrong hole. Make sure that your partner knows what you're doing. You always, always, always want to be clear with your partner. Now, partners, anyway, you can have as many as you want, not specifying. Again, so when it comes to actual sex, my fun little friends, you want to remember that A, you are always in control of yourself. You can always say no at any time if you do feel uncomfortable and you do not want to actually continue. If they continue and persist, it is not your fault. Remember, being raped or abused sexually or physically or any way is not your fault. Coming clean and all that sort of stuff is a good thing if ever. So don't feel scared, don't feel shamed. It wasn't you. Now, when you're actually having the sex, remember, gyrate your hips, guys or girls, depending on what you're doing. Make sure that your partner is going buck wild. Make sure that they're enjoying it, they're moaning, now listen to them, feel them, caress them. Yeah. Anyway, so, and when you're finishing, remember, clean each other off, help each other find their clothes, and all that sort of jazz, whether you've actually had consensual sex or you had consensual sex that stopped early. So, that's really it, I think. Remember to comment if I left anything out that you'd like to know. Like, favorite if it was okay, and I know it sucked. I'm tired. I was yawning most of the time, and I'm sorry. But I hope you guys like the new look. Give me feedback. I want to know. It's cool. I like it. I love it. I love the makeup. This took me so long. It's like reapply, reapply. Now, I can't think of anything left for sex because that's generally it. But remember, be safe, wear a condom, have all these different things, but make fucking sure you try not to spread any sexual diseases that you can catch from having any sexual intercourse of any kind. Always remember. And get yourself checked. You could have underlining things. You'll never know. But my name's Christian, or Kage, and I am happy to say that I've done this video for you. So I'm going to let you go, and I hope you have a fantastic Thursday, because it'll be uploaded by Thursday. Yay! Or Friday, depending on where you are. Woo! Anyway, so check y'all later. Hope you guys have a good time. Watch more of my videos. And that's it. Alright. Stay awesome, guys. Auf Wiedersehen.